Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Got an interesting question in here from Zabo Saba. I hope I'm saying that right. He's written in before and often has some good questions. He says, okay, here's a question I'd like to ask. Many people say the lack of an articulating screen is a major problem. How much does the Wi-Fi and NFC capability make up for that? I've never tried it, but I imagine that while taking photos, it does, because you can even go away from the thing and focus from distance. But how about video recording? Can you control what you're recording in live view from your cell phone or tablet? If yes, I'd say it is much more than an articulating screen. What is the real-life experience? Thanks. Well, interestingly enough, or to the point, my iPad is right over here, and I'm controlling and seeing and monitoring the video we're shooting right now with it. I can start and stop it. I can focus from it. I can change the exposure. I can adjust the ISO. I can adjust the, I already mentioned the autofocus. I think I can set the shutter speed. And this is a Panasonic app using the Panasonic G85. You can do that with the G7, the GX8, all the newer cameras. So, pretty impressive, to the point where I don't really like to shoot with any other camera other than the Panasonics, because I rely on this app so much, because it's just so handy and so versatile. It essentially is almost like having some crew members here while you're shooting video, because you're able to do all this remotely. Now, does it replace an articulating screen? I'm not going to say it replaces it. If I had to choose one or the other, that's a tough question too, because in this type of situation, I would rather have the ability to remote to the iPad or phone. If I was shooting vlog style, then I would want the articulating screen. In an ideal situation, I want both, which is what the G85 gives me, the GX8 gives me, the coming GH5 gives us, the G7 gives us, which is, they're all amazing for that reason. And it's also probably why I'm not really interested in the GX85, because it doesn't have that ability for the screen. So, very important. I use it a lot. Does it, in a lot of situations, I would want it over the articulating screen. But then if I'm doing vlogging, or when I'm shooting photo, or I'm shooting handheld, not in this type of situation, I really like the articulating screen. So I like to have them both. If you're shooting this type of situation where you're talking to the camera, talking to your audience, then I really would prefer the app and an iPad or your phone. I like the iPad because of the bigger screen. I can see better and can control it better. But there's a lot of situations like vlogging and just in general shooting when I'm shooting other things where I really like to have the articulating screen. So I like to have both of them, the two of them. I personally probably wouldn't buy a camera that doesn't have both of them. I don't want to lose either one. What do you guys think? Do you think one is more important to the other? The ability to shoot to the iPad using the app, or the articulating screen? Or are you like me and you just want to have both, to the point where I won't buy a camera? It would be an interesting situation where I would buy a camera that didn't have both. Anyways, leave your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Is one more important than the other, and why? Or are they not? Are they equally, and you want both like I do? Thanks for your questions, Zabo. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.